There are so many play-to-earn platforms out there, and PlayerMint is one really to highlight. This one here is about the platform itself and not the game. The game comes in from other titles. Other games are building on the Cardano blockchain or already existing, and it's actually AAA games such as Fortnite that they're actually integrating with. So that is incredibly exciting. So you can play Fortnite, win points and tournaments through the platform and earn these PMX tokens, which you can use on their NFT marketplace or cash out into the crypto ecosystem as well. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this, and I'm pretty excited that they're almost ready to launch. Grant joins me on this episode to talk all about their launch phase and what it actually looks like, their timeline for this last month, essentially this last month before they launch over to mainnet. And if you're one of those purple or green NFT founder holders, you'll be able to jump in on this particular launch and get through and scale up and test their platform. So pretty excited about this. Let's get into the interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
I have Grant Scholes joining me from the PlayerMint team to give us a really big update in regards to what is been happening. They've been busy working away, building out their platform, and I'm excited to see what it looks like and what our interaction will be like when we start playing around with this as well. Grant, welcome back to the podcast. It's good to have you here.
Hey, Peter. Thanks for having me again.
All right. So I know you guys have been busy. You've been doing a lot of things. Can you give us an update of where PlayerMint's at and what's going on at the moment?
Yeah, I could show a little roadmap, give some context to, I guess, where we've come and where we are.
Yeah, great.
And yeah, I'm super proud of the team community because we really have come a long way. Since I think the last time that I was on was around the founder NFT sale in October.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've come a long way from them, and it's been a lot of work from the team and the community. So I'm super pumped to be back on today as we're heading into launch. So these are the launch phases, and this is where we're at right now. We're kind of in the play testing and supply bootstrapping phase. So anyone that heads or that is already in our Discord can connect their Epic Games account to the API that we're using to run the distribution algorithm so that we can perfect the reward model. We've already made some tweaks and some edits based off of real gameplay data being run through it. And then we're also onboarding a bunch of projects into the NFT marketplace right now, artists and P2E games and all kinds of creators. Then we'll have the test net around the 10th. And then and then we'll roll into mainnet about 2 weeks after that, and that'll also be the founder launch. I saw some comments in your query to get some questions for the podcast about what the purple and green NFTs will be used for. So yeah, once we head into the mainnet phase, that'll be the founder launch. So for five epochs worth of rewards, the only way that you're going to be able to enter the application will be if you have one of the green and purples. So if you want to earn PMX or buy it, the only way that you're going to be able to is if you have one of the green or purple passes. Anyone can supply NFTs to the marketplace, but you're going to need one of the green or purples in order to get into the application for the first 5 epochs. 25 days, and that's going to allow us to not only reward the early community adopters, but also rate limit the system. So that'll allow us to go from a testnet environment to an environment where you have a cap of 7,000 possible players.
Yeah,
and that'll help us understand how to properly scale the system as we go from that into like a fully open environment.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what could we actually start playing and earning at the point, like you're doing some play testing at the moment and testnet, but at mainnet launch, what games can we actually play? You said Epic Games. Is that anything in their suite, or are you selecting specific titles?
Yeah, so the first game will be Fortnite, and there were a number of reasons that went into choosing Fortnite as the first game, and then we'll perfect the system around one game. So the first game being Fortnite. And then start moving to adding on additional games from there. So the first game will be Fortnite through the Epic online services OAuth system to authenticate accounts, and the Overwolf Fortnite API.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh, I was just wondering with that, like you're using someone else's game and rewarding players for playing it. Are there any like legal issues in regards to actually using their game to get the data and stuff?
Yeah, so we work with a company called Overwolf, and Overwolf provides APIs on behalf of the game studios. So they're partnered with like Ubisoft and all these different game companies to provide the APIs and maintain the APIs on behalf of them. And they also act as like a constant point of communication for PlayerMint with the game studios on this. So that's where the API part of it comes from. And then Epic Games has a service called Epic Online Services, and that gives developers a number of tools like an OAuth system. And an OAuth system is kind of like login through your Gmail, except for you can log in through your Epic Games account. And they provide that for developers to build products with.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're able to use all approved, verified infrastructure by the studios to build this, which is awesome.
Yeah, I always wondered about that because like we've had this conversation before. Some other gaming studios like Steam would ban anything with the mention of NFTs in it. But it seems like Epic Games is so embracing of this and just saying, yeah, go for it. Here are our tools. Like build something awesome and get more players on our platform.
Yeah. I mean, they're a very forward-thinking studio. They also have they're like really, really big on the whole metaverse pursuit. They've got a project called Valkyrie, and Valkyrie is basically taking the Unreal Engine. What they want to do is they want to create a shared environment where everyone can use the Unreal Engine to build anything that they can think of, and then connect all those experiences together in one shared space. So as a company, they're really about like making all the tools and the infrastructure open as like much as possible to everybody, which is really cool.
That is brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Now, you also mentioned that you're onboarding a bunch of NFT games onto the platform as well. So I'm assuming these are like games that are building out in the Cardano ecosystem at the moment.
Yeah.
Are there any like titles that you can name drop at the moment?
Yeah, well, the other day we announced Crypto Pets, which a lot of people will know, Cardano for Speed, which is a super awesome racing game. They've got really awesome graphics. Yeah, they're a great project, and we're gonna like continue to roll out announcements. We've got a bunch of projects that have onboarded. So if you follow us on Twitter, we'll be like regularly announcing new projects that are onboarding. Split World is another one. So we also announced a partnership with them. But yeah, people can definitely look forward to a lot of really quality projects being on there.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, especially that Cardano for Speed as well. Like the first iteration of it, the graphics were still developing, and now their 3D models are absolutely stunning. So I really, really like what those guys are doing, even though the steering wheel's on the wrong side of the car. But that's another thing. Yeah, we'll sort that out. We'll put a right-hand drive car in there somehow. We'll get that sorted.
You should throw in an improvement proposal to them on that.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted. So with the token, as people are playing and earning these tokens, what's the utility of this within the ecosystem?
Yeah, probably the easiest way for me to explain that would be and show the environment. But the token, you have the earn side of the token, which is based off of how well that you play the game. So at launch, how well you play Fortnite versus all the other players determines what amount of the fixed rate of the distribution you earn. And then the token is used in the marketplace for trading NFTs. It'll be used once we get the Babel fee structure up. It'll be used as essentially like the gas for the transaction fee for all of the assets and the minting and all that. And then there's a PlayerMint Pro account. So if you have a certain amount of PMX tokens, it's sort of like having a battle pass in Fortnite where you get a boost in the amount of PMX that you're earning. You get additional features on the platform, like Pro account, verified, and additional features that you wouldn't otherwise have.
Brilliant. So, yeah. You're really thinking from the gamer's point of view here, which is absolutely awesome because that's your target market.
Yeah.
So can we have a sneak peek of anything that you got ready?
Let's do it. This is our sort of live React environment for the front end development. And definitely I'll run through this. Keep in mind that this is a live environment that's being updated. So there are little things that we're still working on, like font type of stuff, adding features and whatnot, a little like pages. But for the most part, it's like fully come together. Really almost all the back end is done and the front end. So it's really, really starting to come together, and we're at the home stretch of development here. So I'll run through it so everybody gets to know what they'll be able to experience, and then come the testnet phase, people will be able to play around with it and get to know the platform in like real time on their own. But so you'll connect your wallet. We're starting off with Nami wallet. And an important thing to know is that the entire experience is non-custodial and run on Plutus smart contracts. So everything from the distribution of the token to the NFT marketplace, it's all using smart contracts. So it's all non-custodial. So you log in with your wallet, then you can either head straight to the marketplace or you can start earning PMX. So say you do that, you'll be prompted with the sign in with Epic Games. And when you press this is when the Epic OAuth system will pop up to verify your Epic Games account. And that'll link an Epic Games account to your Nami wallet, which then allows the API to tell which wallet should be distributed what amount of PMX. And you can always unlink it in your profile settings if you wanted to, or you can link it later if you bypass that stage. But you'll link your account. Then you can head over to the leaderboard page, and you can see the amount of PMX that'll be in the next epoch, the amount of players that are participating, the time until the next payout, your PSP, so that's PlayerMint skill points. So that's the model that we use to measure the performance of the players. And we constructed this model based off of what Fortnite goes off of to rank players. Your personal ranking, your estimated payout based off of that ranking. And then you can come and you can claim your PMX at the end of every epoch. So your rewards will kind of stack here, and you can come and you can claim the tokens. And then
So
we've
I
got
just want to clarify that. So the ranking 16 there, that's the ranking within the all the players in the ecosystem, yeah?
yeah, yep.
And the PSP, that's like your how good you are?
It stands for PlayerMint skill points. And it's basically a model for measuring. It basically, how it works is it applies a different amount of points for achieving different things. So there's a set amount of points for say getting first place in Battle Royale. There's a set amount of points for getting a kill. There's a set amount of points for getting kills in solos versus duos versus and whatnot. So
Gotcha.
when you add that up, which gives you your PlayerMint skill points, and then that leads to your rank.
Understood. Cool.
Yeah, and for Fortnite, and we'll use the PSP name across all the different games that we add. For Fortnite, we based it off of hype, what they call hype, and we basically took the point structure that goes into what they call hype, and modeled it into PSP. That way, the performance is based off of like what the studio wants to see or what they're trying to incentivize as a company, so that the interests are aligned there.
And with this leaderboard, is it just for Fortnite, or would you have multiple different leaderboards for different games?
Yeah, we'll basically, once there's more games added, like Rocket League and Call of Duty and stuff like that, we'll move to having like leaderboards for the individual games, and then kind of like a mecha leaderboard that combines your skill points across the different games.
Awesome. So I could play everything that your platform supports and be the god of PlayerMint.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
So yeah, this is the leaderboard page. This is actually a fresh new design. I didn't even know that this update went through. So fresh updates in live time. Like I was saying, we're going through a live kind of like front end dev environment. So this is cool to see. Yeah, so heading over to the marketplace, this is the NFT marketplace. Again, it's all smart contract based, like really cutting edge, using the Cardano transaction library, who I know you had Ben on a little bit ago talking about that. It'll be one of the first projects using that technology.
Wow. Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's fresh.
Yeah. So yeah, the NFT marketplace is really using some great like cutting edge technology that's been super cool. Also a headache from a development standpoint, but
you guys are pretty lucky to have M Labs, playing around with the back end there and building out the platform itself.
Yeah, they make life a lot easier for sure.
Yeah. I also noticed here, and you mentioned that you can buy the NFTs with the PMX tokens.
Yeah. So that's obviously a big part of the utility is you'll earn, and then you come over in this marketplace of all kinds of cool assets, gaming assets, art, all the stuff that you can use to buy, and an artist can use obviously to make a profit off of their work. Eventually, like I said, also like we'll get to like the Babel fee stage, where not only the payments but also the transaction fees themselves will be being paid in PMX as well. And then we hope to just see this ecosystem snowball on itself. And I think I was also saying last time how we see like this infrastructure also starting to go deeper into games. So like part of our strategy is starting off as a play to earn layer on top of really popular games, and then allowing this infrastructure like the marketplace and the minting tool to start to seep and go deeper into the games. From like top to start to move into it.
Because the idea is to actually get the in-game items eventually as NFTs that could be tradable amongst players.
Yeah, and we're already, we're already moving in that direction as far as seeing projects like Cardano for speed, and number of other gaming projects, crypto pets and whatnot, importing into the marketplace. So we're kind of already making strides in that direction, and want again just have things snowball. I think it's a good strategy to perfect things where you can, and then just have the effects kind of snowball on themselves.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So then we can head over to the minting tool. This is where in the application, in the platform, you can create NFTs and put them on sale for PMX. So you could just show you can drop this in here. It'll pop up right here. You can name it, give it a description, price, how many there will be, any kind of properties that you want to assign to it, put it on sale, assign a royalty, and then mint.
That is super easy.
Yep, super straightforward. Anybody should be able to do it. And then we've got the profile page. So this is where you can see the NFTs that you have on sale, your PFP, the NFTs that you own, which will also be based off of like what's in your Nami wallet. So
yeah,
you can either list NFTs by minting them right off of PlayerMint.com, or you can put anything that's in your wallet into the marketplace by connecting it. So yeah, you got obviously like the edit your profile, put in your username, bio.
I could also see you could re-authenticate your account with Epic Games back there on the profile as well. So if you skipped it a little bit early, you can go back and re-authenticate.
Yep, exactly. So if you didn't do that, if you skipped it at the beginning, if you just wanted to check out the application and not do that right away, you can come back and do that. So yeah, those are the features. Those are the like the macro features of the platform, the earning and the marketplace. So yeah, super excited. I think we got something unique here, and I'm getting jazzed.
I'm not surprised. It's looking really good, and you guys' timeline is looking good as well. So I guess by the end of what was the date? 10th of March? No, 10th of May.
So that will be the test net. So then it'll open up to everybody. So basically we'll go from what people are doing right now of kind of testing it out through an off application environment to having the experience other than the earning of real PMX tokens, like being able to play with all of this in live in a live environment and mess around with it.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. You're almost there. It's so cool that you guys are, it was literally this time last year I just heard about PlayerMint. I thought, oh yeah, that's got a way to go. But literally you guys managed to turn this around within a year and have a platform for everyone to actually start earning and play to earn through the system. Yeah. So it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, time flew by. When you say that, it's like, how did that
Yeah. It certainly did. It was like in a blink of an eye, and we're suddenly here with the platform almost ready to launch, and an eager community ready to jump on board as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's the story of a lot of the ecosystem, right? I mean, I think you'll start to see a lot of really cool stuff start to turn online. I think that like the next few months should be really cool from a development and community development and project standpoint, not just PlayerMint.
So what comes next after all this? So we're going to see more games on board, but what's next? What's the next big thing for the platform?
Well, we'll go live, and then it'll be perfecting all of the systems and making sure that everything works well for everybody. We're trying to bring in a lot of non crypto native people. I think that this is the perfect experience to do that. So we've got some marketing in place with a really cool esport community and team to market to a really broad Fortnite and gaming audience, and bring a whole bunch of new people into the Cardano ecosystem, and then growing. I think something cool that we see is the ability of games to kind of kickstart themselves by selling assets in the marketplace, and then just snowballing the features, perfecting the algorithm, and then starting to add more games. I mean, it'll be like a one step, at a time. Make sure it's all working well for people. But it should be exciting. It's definitely going to be fun.
Gotcha. So optimizing and marketing and onboarding more users to the platform, it's going to be very exciting. Do you have a goal, like in terms of like how many players you want, signed up through PlayerMint?
If we got 0.5% of the Fortnite user base, it would be by far the most popular crypto game on the planet. So I mean, if we can just get a fraction of the user base on, I think we'll be doing pretty well.
What is that number? Like, do you know off the top of your head? 0.5%? How many players is that?
The total user base of Fortnite is something like 300 million people.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Okay. I had no idea those numbers. All right. Yeah.
It's like a crazy amount of people.
Yeah. All right. So any fraction of that would be absolutely amazing. Really. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be absolutely amazing for the Cardano ecosystem to see so many players jump on board, use PlayerMint, play their favorite games. And of course, like, it's not just Fortnite, it's all these other titles that you're going to bring on board and have within the platform as well that people can earn off. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. One other thing I'll add on, like, the adding other game stuff, is like the Overwolf system makes it really easy to add on additional games, because like rather than having to spin up an entirely new API system for each game, we have like one point where you have all these APIs that are maintained from all these games. So that makes it a lot easier to onboard additional games. So I think the main challenge will probably more so just being like making sure that everything is going smoothly for Fortnite, and that we feel comfortable adding more games. So people know that will be probably more of the time restraint on adding additional games will be like the perfecting of the model and feeling comfortable about pushing more games into the algorithm than will be, say, like adding the infrastructure for the additional games.
Gotcha. The other thing that pops up in my mind is the security aspects behind this. We saw recently with Axie Infinity, the Ronin hack of their network, and a lot of the liquidity that those tokens, like, users couldn't move out and exchange for fiat currency. So it's the same kind of thing here. Like, people can claim their PMX tokens every epoch, and then cash out and move that to their wallets. Have there been any security audits or anything? I know you guys are working with M Labs. It's like the cream of the crop in terms of Haskell and Plutus developers. But I'd still would like a security audit when playing around with this kind of thing. Is that in play? Has that been done yet?
Yeah, so M Labs is like you said, they're really like the cream of the crop as it comes to Cardano development, and because of that they're leading that process of audits themselves and making sure that all looks good. We'll be moving to open source everything so that people can see how it's all working, so that people can even audit it themselves, and then, like you see in a lot of DeFi projects, like we'll continue to just have audits done over time. And then the other thing on like the security point is, as a development team, we take on kind of like an Occam's razor approach of simplicity, and keeping complexity to a minimum. because complexity and a lot of moving parts is really what can lead, is really like one of the biggest things that leads to those kind of security problems. When you have all these moving parts around people, it's a lot easier for people to find or something to be missed, or parts to work incorrectly together. So that's like a very big thing for us, is like the Occam razor simplicity, keep things down to as simple as they can be. And that's really powerful for us from like a design, a user experience perspective, and also from a security perspective. Like there aren't a whole bunch of components that go into it, and it's all, like I said, like it's all non-custodial. You have control of your assets. So that also like will go a very long way when it comes to security.
So we had a question from the community as well, and this one was from Jason Toves, and it was around the insight around the regulatory framework needed across existing games into a token reward ecosystem. So I thought that was a pretty interesting question. You got any comments on that one?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and I think that's a great question for like crypto in general. And I would start the conversation by like saying, obviously, I'm not an attorney, but I do have some pretty well-rooted takes on this. So with that said, I think where crypto regulation in general is at and is going is I think the community, or the crypto community, and this is mostly based from a US perspective, but you can kind of take the logic and apply it to your own legal framework. But there tends to be an idea that it's like not regulated, or the asset isn't classified or whatnot. And the situation is really that the laws that determine what type of asset something is, so like a property or a security or a currency, are defined in a way that is very broad, so that it's all encompassing of anything that exists. So what that means is there's really three types of cryptos. Like you have crypto property, and that would be something like Bitcoin, and like a property is something like a house or a car or a banana or a V-Buck or a Fortnite skin. That's all property. Then you have crypto securities. So that's an investment contract, or like a stock or a bond would be a crypto security. And then you have cryptocurrency. And in the US, the only cryptocurrency, as defined by the law at least, is would be US dollar stable coins. So cryptocurrency, as far as is actually defined, would be whatever is legal tender in your country. Nothing else is actually as defined a cryptocurrency. It's either a crypto property or a crypto security. So then you have to take that logic into your game development and think like, you're not creating a cryptocurrency unless you're implementing like a stablecoin into your game. So then are the assets that I'm creating crypto property, or are they crypto securities? And then that has implications on the taxes involved, the tax rules involved, also like the who can use it, and a bunch of things involved. And then from there, you also you have stuff like FinCEN. So you also want to create like non-custodial experiences as far as like transactions and stuff. But I think that's like the main thing to keep in mind, I think, from like a legal framework, from bringing this type of model, for like providing this type of model. And like we really have an approach of like providing a product and like an experience to people, rather than like shilling a token, so like, are you actually like providing a product? And like those are some of the things that like we're thinking about, and what might be good for anyone that's building a project to think about, because I think that's where this is going. It's going to be like the regulators basically just making it clear to people like, hey, there are already defined rules of how different cryptos are classified, so you need to just play by the existing rules, is what they're going to just basically make their voice louder on. And then how to make a legal framework around your game is then kind of based off of that. So
wow, okay, that's really interesting. I can see why you've designed the platform in a particular way with non-custodial wallets and whatnot. So I've just got one follow-up question with that. So the PMX token, then, how is that classified within the regulatory framework?
Yeah, so everything that we do, we are designing as property. So we want PMX to basically be like a VBuck. So if you want to do stuff like that, you need to do things like make sure you have a live product before the token is being sold. You want to make sure that you're selling the token for an actual reason on the platform. You're not saying like, buy this because it's going to moon. You want to be saying like, buy this because you can use it in the marketplace. Look at all the NFTs that you can buy. You need it for like the transaction fees on the marketplace, and whatnot. And then there's governance, but I think like governance is one of the things that like I'm not so clear on. It's kind of like a gray zone, and all of that is like governance tokens. So that's the answer to that. We're really designing this as a product experience. We want to be like a game studio bringing a game, not like, hey, look at this like great investment opportunity, but like create something that people actually use. And I think ultimately that's going to create the most sustained like value, because you're actually providing a product that people want to use and experience and participate in. And we're also like going through the process of making sure that everything reflects that internally in all of our marketing material. I think a lot of like the crypto native language and how the industry presents itself kind of gets you on the wrong start as a project in that regards. I think, even things like light paper and white paper are kind of sort of like security-ish. Really, it kind of looks, it's like, are you going to see someone that's like bringing like, at least how they're presented, because a lot of times it's like presented like a sales pitch for the token and like a business model type of thing.
Yeah. Very interesting. All these legal aspects are something so important that all projects need to look at and prepare for. And I'm so glad PlayerMint's taking the right approach for all of this. Yep.
Yeah, totally. There's lots of different things that have gone into PlayerMint, and like thinking from lots of different angles. And I often say like working in crypto is the best because you learn so many different things. Like there's so many different things to think about. You have like economics, legal, like community. Like I'm thinking about like government agencies, like legal frameworks and development, tech, economics, like all of this. So it's just like, it's really fun, and you learn at a really fast pace.
There are definitely so many aspects to it. Definitely so true. All right. Well, Grant, thank you so much for joining me again on the podcast, and I'm really looking forward to the PlayerMint launch. It's pretty exciting to see the platform itself, how it's evolved, the design and everything around it. I'm looking forward to seeing my skills and where I rank with Fortnite on the platform.
Yeah. Thanks for having me again, Peter. It's always fun. I always love chatting with you, and hopefully have me on back again, and we'll see where things are at then.
We'll see how the Fortnite tournaments go, and we could probably hopefully.
Next time I'm on, we'll go over what percentage of the Fortnite user base we've.
Absolutely awesome. All right. Thanks, Grant. All right, all the links down below for you. Join the Discord, find out exactly what's going on. If you are one of those purple or green NFT holders, those founder NFTs, make sure you jump on the Discord, get all the details so you can get up to speed with testing the platform for the guys so they can tweak and optimize everything around there. If you don't have Fortnite, you can download it. If you have a PC or whatever to play on, you can go ahead, sign up for your Epic Games account and get Fortnite going. It's actually a free to play game as well. So not only is the game free, you earn these tokens for free and you'll be able to cash them in for NFTs and all sorts of other things within the ecosystem. Very, very excited here. Now, if you don't know much about the PlayerMint ecosystem, you can check out the video there, and that will take you through an overview of the platform, and you can check out my other interviews down there as well. See you in the next video.
Do your research, cause it's risky, we know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.